One of the most common misconceptions about prototyping is that it only needs to be done once or twice at the end of the design process. And this is not true. Prototypes aren't simply beta tests that have the look of the final version. They are any version of your product that can be used for testing. You should prototype every possible iteration of your design, even your first, most basic idea. The most useful prototyping methodology. Paper prototyping, a practice that existed well before the internet. Paper prototyping works best in the early stage of design, mainly for testing product ideas. It's as straightforward as it sounds. Simple screens are drawn in the paper and configured to mimic a digital interaction. Digital prototyping. Digital prototypes are the most common form of prototyping, and are realistic enough to accurately test most interface elements. They are also much easier to produce than HTML prototypes. HTML prototyping, the last category. HTML prototyping is only recommended for designers who are confident in their coding ability. HTML prototypes have numerous advantages, but they come with technical. The prototyping process. There is no one best process for prototyping, but some are definitely better than others. These are the three most effective processes, each suited to the different needs. A lo-fi digital or a low-fidelity digital is a prototype which could be as simple as an interactive wireframe built in a digital tool, test crucial elements like navigation IA early on. The hi-fi prototype or a high-fidelity prototype provides detailed feedback on something more closely resembling the final product. The second one is paper, lo-fi digital to code. Paper prototypes can go a long way in conceptualizing the project, especially when there isn't much relevant data on hand. If you have the resources, you can always create a hi-fi prototype, otherwise go straight to code. And the third one is HTML prototyping to code. Essentially, the prototype evolves alongside the design process and seamlessly becomes the final product, or its primary component. This process results in a minimal waste, no throwaway prototypes, no extra steps, and no extra software costs. So, what are the benefits of prototyping? The main benefit of prototyping is that it results in a faster and more effective design cycle, because prototypes allow companies to test their design in the real-world environment. It is easier to identify potential problems and prevent costly mistakes down the road.